Sometimes it's not the cheating that breaks you. It's the lies you believed, the effort you gave, the pieces of yourself you handed over, hoping it was safe. These are stories of women who gave everything and were left with silence. But from the quiet, they found something else, their voice.
My name's Elise. I'm 56, and I've always believed in mentoring younger women, especially in male-dominated spaces like finance. I worked 27 years at the same firm, climbed every rung, smiled through every condescending board meeting, and wore blisters into my heels just to prove I belonged. When I finally made partner, I promised myself I'd pull someone else up with me. That's when I met Olivia. 26, sharp as hell, hungry, reminded me a little of myself, minus the shoulder pads. I trained her, taught her how to read a room, how to shut down arrogance without raising your voice. I took her to client lunches, introduced her to my network. She soaked it all in. At home, my daughter, Katie, was going through college burnout. Olivia encouraged her, took her out for coffee, gave her young woman to young woman pep talks. I thought it was sweet. I thought I was witnessing something good. Fast forward a year, I'm pulled into a board meeting. Surprise, they're restructuring, and I'm out. They're modernizing leadership. Guess who's stepping into the role I spent nearly 3 decades earning? Olivia. She hugged me in the hallway like we were still friends. I'm sorry, Elise, I didn't know they'd do this. Except she did. The internal emails said she pitched the restructure herself. My job, my accounts, my title. Gone. But that wasn't the worst part. A week later, I found out from my neighbor, not my daughter, that Olivia and Katie had gone on a weekend yoga retreat together, alone. Katie was 22, Olivia was 27. I confronted Katie. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Mom, she listens to me. You just manage me." That one cut deeper than any pink slip ever could. I didn't yell, I didn't fight, I just let go. A year passed. I opened a consulting firm for women 50 plus starting second careers. Small, quiet, but fulfilling. Then one day, I got a package at the office. Inside was a leather notebook, Olivia's, with a note tucked inside. I never should have taken what wasn't mine. I thought I was becoming you. Turns out I was just breaking everything you built. I don't know where she is now. I never replied. But I keep the notebook to remind myself you can give someone all the tools in the world, but it doesn't mean they'll build the right thing. I'm Leah. I'm 39. I met Sam when I was 20. He was my first real boyfriend, my best friend, my biggest fan. We traveled, we grew. We built a tiny life in a third-floor walk-up with no AC and perfect light. He held my hand when I had my appendix out. I held his when his uncle died. We were that couple. Then, 3 years ago, my mom got sick. Cancer. Fast. Brutal. I moved in to care for her. Sam said he'd be there for whatever I needed. And he was, at first. But grief is heavy. It makes you slower, sadder, quieter. I stopped cooking, stopped laughing. He said, "I don't recognize you anymore." I said, "I don't recognize myself either." 3 weeks after the funeral, I came home and his closet was empty. Just a sticky note on the fridge. I need to feel alive again. I laughed, because I had just buried the person who gave me life. A year later, I saw him at a farmer's market with someone new. She was young, glowing, and holding hands with a man who used to carry my grief like a gift. I looked away. He didn't. He nodded, and I nodded back. I'm Rachel, 31. I dated Logan for 4 years. He told me from the start he was asexual, not into physical stuff. I respected that. I loved his mind, his calmness, his book addiction. We held hands, watched old movies, slow danced in the kitchen with no music. I adjusted. I told myself, connection is more than touch. Until one night I borrowed his laptop to help him with a job application. Out of habit, I opened the browser. There were messages. Lots of them. Men, chats, photos, dates. Turns out he wasn't asexual. He just wasn't into me. When I confronted him, he cried. Said he didn't know how to tell me. Said I was safe, but never made him feel seen. He didn't cheat on me physically, but emotionally, I was just the quiet place he could hide in. I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I just closed his laptop and walked outside. You ever get hit with the truth so hard your ears ring? That's how it felt. He came out 20 minutes later, face pale, hands shaking like he'd just seen a ghost. Said, I didn't mean to lie. I just didn't want to lose you. And that's what gutted me the most. He didn't want me. He wanted the idea of me, the one that didn't ask questions, didn't need too much, didn't force him to be honest. I moved out the next day, packed a duffel bag, left the mugs we bought in Vermont, and took the ugly sweater he said made me look like a librarian. He hated that sweater. I wear it now almost every weekend. At first, I kept asking myself, was I not enough? But that was the wrong question. The real one was, why did I stay when I already knew something was missing? Now, I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I just know better. And the next person who comes into my life, they won't get the quiet, edited version of me. They'll get the real one.
If any of these stories feel familiar, you're not alone. Share your thoughts in the comments. Offer support. Offer truth. Tell us, what would you say to these women if they were sitting across from you? Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is tell your story and let someone else feel seen.